Hello everyone, and welcome to my Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about where the real money in China is made, in particular with teaching. Yeah, right now I'm in this real like hipster kind of place. It's called U37. It's like the Idea Loft. So this is like it's a place a lot of people come for like photo shoots because it's a very kind of creative place. There's a lot of street art and there's a lot of cafes. And a few bars, photography studios. Like, if you're looking to get something done creatively, this is one of the places in Chengdu that you can come. But if you venture far enough into this place, you'll come to one of my favorite coffee shops here in Chengdu. I love it. The Coffee Cafe, oh hello there, Manjusaka, I don't know, but it's awesome. So let's check it out and then oh no, it's closed. Well, that's life, I guess. That's life. That's China. Alright, well, let's find some other place to talk about money. There's no need for this to be said, but I'm going to say it anyway. There is a lot of opportunity here in China for foreigners and Chinese alike. There is so much opportunity in this country. It's the world's biggest population with, of course, the world's biggest market, and there's just so many things that are constantly changing in China, developing country, right? And one of those industries that's and of course, one of the largest employers of foreigners in China, probably the single biggest, job that foreigners have in China is teaching English. Now, most foreigners will be employed by training schools and universities, but you can also teach English at companies and this and that. But the real money is to be made with private students. Pretty much everyone who's lived in China has taught English at some point, at least to like a private student, because think about it, if you're working at a university or you're working at a training school, and let's say you've chosen a job without a lot of hours, so maybe you're only teaching at your university 16 hours a week, 12 hours a week, or at your training school you're only teaching like 15 hours a week or 20 hours. Now in the West that would be considered part-time or half-time work, right? So it leaves you a lot of room to do other things outside of that official job. And the thing that foreigners do is teach English kind of outside of that. And there is so much money to be made from that. Like, you guys have no idea. You could make so much money from this. Normally, I don't really like to talk about money or like doing part-time work and stuff, but I mean, really, let's look at it because you're helping students out and you get to make money, and of course you're spending it in China, so hey, you get to help out the economy as well, right? Let's actually look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. Now in China, you can make between 200 and 300 yuan each hour if you're teaching one-on-one. Now, of course, if you're in super big cities, you can maybe charge a little more, like if you're like a Beijing, Shanghai person. You can even charge more than that. And if you're teaching smaller classes, you can split it up even more. So instead of charging 300 an hour for one student, you can charge 200 an hour for two students. So you're getting 400 an hour. And you're getting paid cash, so it's tax-free. That's nice. And you can bump it up to maybe 3 or 4 students and then further divide the payments, and you can do the math and do it yourself. Well, let's think about it. If you're doing one-on-one, you can make 200 to 300 an hour. All right, sure. And well, let's just meet in the middle. Let's say 250 an hour. And how much can you make? Well, let's pretend that you've got a little bit of free time every day. You've got maybe 2 hours that's free every day. It's 500, so you can make 500 yuan a day. So you've got 500 yuan a day, and you've got 7 days a week. So you're making 3,500 a week. That's more than $500 a week in China. So you're easily clearing $2,000 a month in cash, tax-free. Although I can't officially advise that because that's, not legal. Gotta pay taxes, And that's on top of whatever you're already making at your university or your training school or, however you're employed. So let's say you're working at a training school. You're probably already making 10,000 yuan a month, which is what, $1,500 or something? So you add that on top of what you're doing private tutoring. So you're making maybe $4,000 a month. That's a ton of money here in China. That's a ton of money here. And that's just for 2 hours a day. So it's a lot of money for not a lot of work, but you're still actually teaching students and helping students, and you know, it's great. Let me caution you here, on your official job, your job that you're actually in China for, a lot of contracts will have something written into it that says, like, I'm not going to work at any other places or make any money outside of this job. So if you're going to be taking private students, don't advertise the fact that you're doing this while you're at work or with your coworkers. This is something a lot of people do here in China. Not everyone does this, but you know, private tutoring is a thing, but you definitely shouldn't talk about it while you're at your job. And if you're on something like a spousal visa, you're married to a local, you're technically not supposed to be working on that either. So, like, you know, if you're going to take private students, you know, I'd suggest that, you know, just keep it on the down low. You know, have your advertisements spread through word of mouth and things like that. I have taught private students, you know, on and off from time to time, but now I like my free time. I like my free time. Maybe I'm just getting lazier as I get older, but, you know, I'm doing fine without it. You know, you don't really need to do this private teaching. It's just something you can do if you like. I do really good with my university salary. Like, I pay my rent, no problem. I can go out to eat and I can live a fairly decent life. And also my wife has just started working again. So bam, there's more money that I don't have to work for. And it's, yeah, it's good, you know? If you're a foreigner in China, you don't really have to worry about money. So, you know, it's just something, if you decided you want to work hard, you want to bust your ass and you want to get moving and get saving and all that, private tutoring is something you can absolutely do. So with all that being said, good luck. I wish you, all the best, okay? So thanks for sticking with me in this video. I'll see you all next time.